The question is agreed by majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. Third reading, Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Amendment Bill 2019. Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury. President, I move that the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Amendment Bill 2019 be read the third time in due pass. And I propose to question you that the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Amendment Bill 2019 be read the third time in due pass. Mr. Kenneth Leung. President, of course, various members have expressed their dissatisfaction with the performance of MPF schemes and criticized the high costs. Still, the eMPF platform is a breakthrough in fintech infrastructure. I urge the administration to closely monitor the performance of the eMPF platform, the security and also data protection in particular. Dr. Fernando Zhou, I speak to oppose the third reading of the Mandatory Profit Fund Schemes Amendment Bill 2019. I would like to explain the reason for my objection. The design of the MPF scheme is defective, and in fact it is a scam. Many hard-earned income of employees have been cheated, and I think this is an indisputable fact.
Wow.
Over the years, the MPF is supposed to provide retirement protection, but there's not much of a retirement protection. In this proposed one-stop platform, the eMPF platform, and also the levying of the ARF, the annual registration fee, and a percentage of the contribution is taken off for the administrative fee. And these measures do not come close to addressing the problems. As of 2018, the average accrued benefits, the 45 to 49 male members, they get the maximum $300,000. So this is these are the accrued benefits. If someone proceeds to retirement in this age group, on average, they would get an average of $300,000. And Mr. David Wong, chairman of the MPF, said in his article that there are 50,000 accounts that have accumulated more than $1 billion. It seems to be an impressive achievement, but in fact, in 2019, in the working population, whether they are employees or self-employed, the number stands at 4 million. And only 1% of 50,000 people of the salaried people have accumulated $1 billion. It seems that this is a really fantastic achievement. Can you live on $1 billion in retirement? Look at the rent. If you don't have a property, if you're not living in rental housing, how many more years do you live after 65? What is the rent level? Dr. Zhang, please come back to the debate. I am talking about this ordinance. After these two measures, in fact, we're not able to rectify the blunders of the MPF. We are not able to put right the problems. The hard-earned money has been siphoned off by these intermediaries over the years. By the time they proceed to retirement, there is no way they can have enough money to retire on. The government said that this is not the only pillar. There are a number of pillars for retirement. This is only one of the pillars. Everybody knows about it. But for this particular pillar, a lot of the employees or self-employed people, you're making them contribute, and you allow the trustees to charge enormous amount of administrative fees. Now, with this eMPF platform, the fees will be reduced. Can you give us a guarantee? Will you tell us that going forward with this electronic platform in place, the trustees' administrative fees will not go beyond a certain percentage? If this is reasonable, then we will bring ourselves to support it, but there is no guarantee. In the whole scheme, have you rectified all the problems? There are some people who hold down a number of jobs, they have a number of accounts. With this platform, are you going to put right all the irregularities? As I pointed out, there are 200,000 accounts that we're not sure who they belong to, and chances are the hard-earned money would dissipate. And we're talking about millions of dollars there. In the entire arrangement, we do not come close to overhauling the entire MPF system. The more we proceed down this path, the less able we are to come back. I think we should bring this whole thing to an end and convert to either a CPF, Central Provident Fund, along the line of the Singaporean model. I would be tempted to support it. At least you don't have so many different things, so many different companies. At the end of the day, you know full well that this MPF platform means that the companies will have to set up their own software system. And how many resources would be required, and who's going to pay for it? It is the contributors who will be paying this. I'm not talking about the offsetting arrangement now, and this is the original sin. This has got nothing to do with the retirement protection, but you have put this in, and there is a long way to go. Carrie Lam promised us the solution, but the solution is a long way off. I'm not sure whether this current administration would have the vigor to take on this issue. If you ask us to agree with these amendments and allow you to charge on the 0.03% of NAF for the ARF, annual registration fee, and they are taking money out of this for this purpose, I don't see the justification for that. We have done enough. Enough is enough. We have paid enough administrative fees, so we've seen a lot of money going down the drains. A lot of the hard-earned money, which otherwise would have been invested of their own accord. Now, many people don't know how to make investment to start with. Even with this eMPF platform, they do not have the leisure. If you think of the outsourced cleaners, a lot of the grassroots people, how on earth can they expect this MPF platform to manage their investments? I think you are living in a bubble. There are so many grassroots people. These people on the lower rung of the community, they count on the government to come up with a sound system to manage the money for them. And you should take on the task. You should create some sort of a social insurance and share out the risks instead of personalize the risk. If someone take the wrong pick, then they would be held responsible for the consequences. By the time they retire, they've got nothing, absolutely nothing in the way of protection. In this first quarter, I mean, you have seen money hemorrhaging. Those who retire in this period would be really miserable. Why do you have to link the retirement benefits with the high-risk market? This is wholly unreasonable. Mr. Chen Kim-po said if you know how to make investment, you will enjoy the protection. But it's easier said than done. The vast majority of the grassroots people don't know a thing about investment, and this is not how you proceed. You ought to make practical arrangement. Universal retirement protection is a viable path for the future. The World Bank has said that this is the path to go. Now you are getting further and further down the wrong path, and the MPFA will be very happy. Now it is 0.03% for the ARF. If this is not enough, 300 million is not enough. That they're spending 500 million per year. If this is not enough, they're going to put it up, and you're going to be eroding. You're going to be chipping away the hard-earned money. Now the CEO is making $6 billion per year. It can go up to $7 billion or whatever, and you have a lot of money. You have one. I mean, we can't allow you to fritter away the hard-earned money. I'm not going to spend all the time to me, except to say that I don't think I can bring myself to support these amendments, because this is a wasteful use of the taxpayers' money. It is a waste of the hard-earned money. This is going down the wrong path. I think we should completely overhaul the MPF. We should convert this to universal retirement protection, or if anything, we should have the Central Provident Fund. The further we go down this path, it would be making the public more resentful and more disappointed with the government. Mr. Michael Look. President, I'll try to be brief.
There are inadequacies on the MPF system, but you can't have the mentality of the mutual destruction camp. Just destroy everything when there is a fault. Is it the case that if you drive the administration fees down, you will be able to solve everything? I think that this is an important step to improve the MPF system, especially in relation to how to abolish the offsetting mechanism and how to implement full portability. It is very important for employees to be able to choose trustees. I would like to ask the others. They don't want the abolition of offsetting mechanism, and they don't want full portability. I hope those who vote against this will think twice. They need to think how to make things better. The FTU asked for the improvement of the MPF system. We will continue to ask for a comprehensive universal retirement protection with contributions made by employees, employers, as well as a government, which covers everything, including homemakers. You can't just try to grind the MPF system to a halt. Of course, the Pan-Democrats can stand on moral high ground. But thanks to the constructive camp like us, we show commitment. We want to make sure that society will progress. Well, I think everyone is rushed now. I have to speak very fast. Why? Why do we have to wait till the last day of the council to deal with this important piece of legislation? I'd like to say again that it is because of Dennis Kwok, who has dragged on the election of chairman for 17 meetings. He engaged in filibustering. He staged a farce. We could not successfully have the House Committee meeting. We have to criticize such conducts. These conducts are meaningless and will not do anything conducive to our society. I hope that in the next legislative term, we will be able to focus on livelihood issues, and focus on resolving conflicts between employees and employers. We should not paralyze the LegCo. I'm going to stop here. We hope that we're going to vote for third reading. The meeting will suspend at 8 p.m. tomorrow.